Bora lá então. Ela perguntou se eu tô bem. Eu vou falar que eu tô bem. Acabei de sair de um acidente lá. Eu tô bem, então tá bom.
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
Eu vou falar pra ela não culpar ela, pô.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
Vou só agradecer, porque eles carregaram eu pra nave de volta.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity.
Cara, engraçado.
I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
É engraçado porque, tipo assim, pra época isso era muito foda, só que hoje em dia você percebe. O Shepard falou umas coisas, tipo, legais pra ela, ela... Tipo, nossa, eu estou encabulada. Eu vou falar, não é um sonho, é uma visão.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
O Jenkins, primeiro contato que ele teve com o inimigo, morreu.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
E o Saren, que é aquele cara que traiu o Nihilus, odeia os humanos. E pelo jeito, ele se rebelou.
Why?
Porque ele odeia os
We're
humanos.
growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren
Tentar usar esse negócio certo, vai. Ver se eu acostumo com essa bosta. Acho que eu não vou acostumar, não. Nossa, aperta muito, tá louco.
Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
Na verdade, eu não sei. Aqui a gente chuta nessa parte, porque você não entende porra nenhuma do que aparece naquela visão. Guerra.
I saw synthetics.
Não dá não.
Yeah, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell him? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council.
Dá não, Renata.
outside.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Sim, senhor. Vamos lá agora dar aquela exploradinha básica. Aqui não tem nada. Deve ter file pra caramba por aqui, na verdade. Ah, vamos falar com a Ashley.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Falar do Jenkins. Ah, soldados morrem, foda-se.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
Sobrevivente da missão.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
Putz, Marcelo, não sei.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Não sei, Marcelo. Tem uma parte que eu escolho entre ele e ela pra sobreviver? Se for, eu não sei. Eu não lembro como que é a parte também.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel
Fala playing games, beleza, mano? Obrigado. Óculos torto, né?
Eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
How well do you know the Lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
L2 é uma pessoa que consegue dominar uns poderzinhos doido.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenka
É o
was wired
implante, ó.
with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
Ah,
What kind of complications?
é um implante.
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling
Eita.
physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
I should go.
Show.
Goodbye, Commander.
Ó, tá vendo? Por isso que tem que falar com todo mundo. Você vai ganhando experiência, você vai aumentando seu codex, né? Ganhando novas informações.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Obrigado. Ó, o Captain Anderson. Vamos ver aqui. Journal. Eu vou falar com o Anderson depois, porque eu não sei se é o objetivo da missão. Nossa, ô Shepardo, você tem que correr mais, meu filho. Você tem que fazer uns exercícios, porque, rapaz do céu. Olha, ele corre daqui até a escada, estribuchando já. Já tá quase soltando o pulmão pra fora. E que isso, meu amigo? O cara não consegue correr 10 metros, véi. Vamos subir aqui. Codex, ó. Tem que ir pegando os codex porque dá experiência. Mano, só que se eu não me engano tem uma habilidade. É nesse daqui que tem uma habilidade que você ganha o dobro de experiência quando pega um codex. Nossa, cara, eu confundo muito com Dragon Age. Não, acho que é Dragon Age.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough.
Obrigado. Mais um codex. Falar com o Joker. O Joker, ele tem problema, né, nas pernas.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Puta, eu tinha que ter falado com o Anderson antes, cacete. Eu acho. Olha, essa cena tá bem bonita, hein?
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
Normandy. Tô lembrando do 2, mano. Muito doido, né, velho? Eu não quero sair da Normandy ainda não, por favor.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
Puta merda, viu?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there.
He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Beleza. Important locations are marked on your map. Press M to access it. Tem que seguir a flechinha, ok, já tô ligado. Nossa, agora tem coisa pra cacete pra fazer. Porra, mano, que preconceito, velho. Ela não consegue diferenciar os aliens de animais. Ô, louco, mano, que isso? Que absurdo. Ó, Argos Row Cluster. Do you want to send in a recon team? Isso aqui é uma missão secundária. Eu acabei de conseguir uma missão secundária. Quando eu for para Argos Row Cluster, eu vou... que é um sistema, né? É um sistema... é uma galáxia. Eu vou ter esse lugar para ir, para investigar. É muito da hora, cara, tem muita coisa pra fazer, mano. Agora começa a viagem, porque agora tem muita raça pra você conhecer, mano, é da hora pra caramba, velho. Oh, não. Ah, tá, aqui já tá no final. Tá, beleza, então. Agora eu vou conhecer aquele ZTzão grande, ó. É muito massa.
I can't just... This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence. All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
Essa raça... Ó, esses aqui são a galera do... É uma raça que eles mexem com os sistemas da Citadel. Sem eles, a Citadel fica zoada. Essa raça aqui, eles não conseguem expressar emoção pela voz. Então eles falam a emoção que eles estão sentindo. É muito da hora, velho. Vamos falar com ele aqui. O Zeltan.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response.
Olha lá.
You overheard that, did you? This is all
Resposta alarmada.
And it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
Ele tá com algum problema com uma cônsul Asari. Perguntar o que aconteceu.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Ele não pode falar muito sobre isso, mas o que ele pode falar é que ela comprometeu a autoridade dele como diplomata. Onde está ela?
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Tá do outro lado da ponte. Vamos trocar ideia depois que essa mulher aí fica zoando os bichos mó simpático.
Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Vou perguntar sobre a fala dele.
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Olha lá.
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
O carinha não gosta muito de humano, pelo jeito. Vamos perguntar sobre os Alcor.
Tell me more about your species.
Saber mais sobre a espécie deles.
I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Tá, história.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Alcor.
The Alcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
Cultura.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Alcor.
Frankly, we Alcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
É uma raça totalmente pacífica, né?
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Alcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Ah, tá doido, Renaro. O Renaro já quer zoar o jogo tudo, cara.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human.
Vamos falar com esse forgadinho aqui.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Dan. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
Nossa, ele tá falando com um desgosto.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Alcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
Perguntar sobre os Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, EarthClan.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Eles foram um dos 3 primeiros a descobrir aqui a Citadela. Junto com os Asaris e com os... Salarians. Opa! Cultura agora. Fala, Luiz Davi.
We still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Dan. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The EarthClan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Volus or Alcor part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth clans, it would seem.
Ele tem uns ciúmes dos terráqueos.
Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Esse aí é mó simpático.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real
Fala,
say
Julinha.
in decisions that affect Citadel space.
Pronto.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Goodbye, embaixador.
Good day, Earth Clan.
Ele é um embaixador mesmo. Ó, eu tenho a quest agora pra fazer, pra ajudar esse cara. Aqui eu acho que não dá pra ir. Vamos pra cá então. Beleza. Tem umas... A Sari ali, ó. Essa aqui é uma secretária que... Recepcionista, aliás. Commander?
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and
Suitsu 98. Seja bem-vindo. Bem-vindo ou bem-vinda.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
What's your name? What do you do here?
Ó, o Shepardo, velho.
I'm the administrative assistant for
Cheio das conversinhas.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent
Infelizmente não, Suitsu. Achei uma puta oportunidade perdida, porque com certeza ia ter muito mais gente interessada no jogo aqui no Brasil. E eu acho que o dinheiro que eles iam gastar pra fazer a legenda ia se pagar rapidinho. Mas fazer o que, né? O original não era, eu acho que eles resolveram nem mexer. Ó, aqui, vamos ver. Codex level up. Sucesso! Vamos ver se esse cara aqui troca ideia. Não. Ó, mais um codex e eu upei ainda, hein? Que delícia. Ah, é, mano. Já que eu upei, vamos já ver se dá pra eu aumentar o meu charme. Não dá, mano. Como que eu faço para aumentar a possibilidade aqui do charme, para aumentar o tanto que eu posso ir? Ah, novos ranks vão desbloquear quando eu me tornar um Spectre. Quando eu me torno um Spectre eu fico brabo demais. Eu não vou então gastar os pontos agora não, deixa aí. Ó, aqui nós temos um daqueles caras lá brabo. Manual Override, vambora. Nossa, espera aí. Diplomatic Advisory Warning. Em Hawking Eta Cluster. É uma transmissão que veio de Hawking Eta Cluster que deve ser investigada porque pode ser periculosa. Os Taurians. Executor Palin. Vamos falar com ele.
Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Eu não preciso do quê? PA, você já é charmoso o suficiente. Ai, meu Deus, agora eu entendi. Obrigado, pessoal. Muito obrigado. Quem é você?
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC. It's my job to know when someone like you arrives on the Citadel. Was there something you needed, Commander?
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get.
É nada, Renato.
Given a lot.
Muito mais, cara. Eu sei que você tá zoando os números, mas eu acho que se tivesse legenda, cara, muitas pessoas iriam comprar. Eu conheço um monte de gente que falou que não ia comprar só porque não tá legendado.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
Eita caramba.
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
Não gosta deles?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years. I've never had to break the law to do my job, not once.
Yeah, right. You expect us to believe none of your officers are corrupt?
There are over 200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres do. We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres, they'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
The galaxy needs people like that. People who do the dirty jobs.
I agree. But they need to be held to a higher standard. They need to be accountable. Saren's out of control. We both know that. But because he's a Spectre, the Council doesn't want to do anything about it. Is that the kind of person this galaxy needs?
Não, Renato, é verdade, pô. Não é todo mundo que é que nem você, que só torce contra.
But not all Spectres are like Saren.
True. But the potential is always there.
Então, Play, é foda, cara. Eu acho que ia vender muito mais. Muito obrigado, Dogão. E aí, mano? Boa noite.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel.
CSEC é a polícia aqui da Citadela.
Though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between
Citadel Security. CSEC.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
Então tá bom, então fica aí com seu ego.
Goodbye, Commander.
Seu ego inchado. E aí, galera, como tá todo mundo? Olha lá com esse cara aqui.
This place seems strange. Don't believe the rumors. You have to be tough with these aliens. They won't respect you otherwise.
Tá.
What do you want? Oh, Commander.
Eita.
Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you,
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun.
Essa Asari Consort é muito cara, hein? E ela resolve os problemas das pessoas. Que tipo de problema, hein? Bom, veremos daqui a pouco.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Nassana. Vai cagar então.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Olá, bartender.
Hello, Commander.
Can I get you something?
Por que não?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
Fill me in.
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies, not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I try Flux or Cora's Den.
Shairas, que
What is Shaira's?
Shairas.
Consort, she
Shairas.
entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Acho que não, Play. Não lembro, cara. Faz um tempo que eu joguei. A raça dos Dazasari é uma raça bem divertida, né? Elas são bem... Como posso falar? Elas são bem... liberais. Acho que essa é a palavra certa. Mano, eu vou instalar um mod nesse jogo assim que sair pro Shepard correr infinitamente. Vai ser bem mais da hora. O Shepard cansa muito rápido, meu irmão. Aqui, essa aqui é a Vina. Uma inteligência artificial. Are you real?
So are you a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
I want to know more about Citadel Security.
Citadel Security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve.
Essa é uma das partes que tem mais diálogo, pessoal. Porque você chega na Citadel, então é muita coisa a fazer, mas depois começa a ficar um pouquinho mais rápido.
If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Eu já fui falar com o Palin.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Why was you... por que quiseram se opor à humanidade? Depende, Pedro. Depende da dica. Se não for muito spoiler.
It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter.
Se for uma dica para agilizar a parada, beleza. Perguntar o que ela acha.
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
How come the Volus were the first species?
Ela não pode dar opiniões. Vamos respeitar.
Following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Salarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized
Aí beleza, Pedro, aí eu gostei.
The Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Why weren't they made a council race?
Eu vou lá agora.
The council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
That's pretty damn
Lesser
arrogant.
species.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor.
Do you know anything about specters?
The term
Vou só terminar esse
is
diálogo, daí eu vou
derived
direto pra
from the
torre.
branch of special
Então.
tactics and reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each
Boa,
species.
Renata.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina.
Goodbye.
Enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
Agora é o seguinte, agora eu vou pro prédio, eu acho que é... Deixa eu ver aqui. Citadel Tower. É isso aí mesmo. Depois eu converso com o povo por aqui, ó. Eu acho que é pra cá. Porque às vezes como Spectre eu consigo fazer mais coisas. Ó, vamos ver o quanto o Shepardo corre, hein? Já estribuchou. Cara, mano do céu. É incrível, é tipo assim... Dá não. The Wards, não é aqui não, mano. É aqui. Ele cansa muito rápido, velho. O Shepardo tá doido, bicho.
Look at that bug thing over there.
Please do not disturb the keepers. Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 2.
Perguntar sobre os keepers
You are
agora.
standing near the base of the Citadel Tower, one of the Presidium's most recognizable and important structures. Behind me is the spectacular relay monument, a scale model representation of a Prothean mass relay. To your left is one of the keepers, the enigmatic caretakers of the Citadel, working on a control panel. You may see keepers involved in various tasks throughout all levels of the Citadel. We ask that you do not interfere with them in any way. The keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel. Obstructing their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
Vou perguntar sobre os keepers.
I'd like to know more about the keepers.
Little is known about these peaceful servants of the Citadel, though they are essential to the operation and maintenance of the entire station. Citadel regulations protect the keepers against interference during the performance of their tasks. Failure to comply will result in harsh penalties. Keepers can be seen in all sections of the Citadel, but are typically found in and around the tower.
Tipo, os bichos existem junto com a Citadel e ninguém sabe nada sobre eles. Só deixa eles trabalhar. Foda-se.
Any particular reason there are so many keepers in this area?
The keepers do not communicate with other species. It is assumed, however, that the tower houses the Citadel's primary control systems. Many of the station's systems, such as navigation and life support, function automatically. It is believed the keepers operate those systems from inside the tower's inaccessible core. The keepers also make frequent appearances in the council chamber itself, though they appear to be just passing through on their way to some other destination.
Tell me about the relay monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived at the Citadel, the Relay Monument is one of the station's most interesting and controversial features. What is the meaning behind this striking piece of art? Is it a tribute to Prothean vanity? A reminder of their conquest of the galaxy through mass relay technology? Or perhaps it is a symbol of unity, a Prothean acknowledgement that the relays would eventually lead other species here to the Citadel. No one can say for sure, making the Relay Monument a favorite topic of discussion among academics and scholars.
Beleza. Agora é só falar sobre a Citadel Tower. As Asari são bem legais. Legal o jeito que elas se reproduzem.
Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
Tá.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina.
Não, peraí. Parece uma opção lá.
For your convenience, this
Tell me about.
Ah, tinha, ó, Citadel Control.
to those with the appropriate clearance.
What happens in Citadel Control?
Citadel
Ia ser legal, né,
handles
Cronor?
all incoming and outbound transit. Every ship within 2,000 kilometers of the Citadel is under the jurisdiction of Citadel Control. At peak capacity, they are responsible for monitoring upwards of 1,000 vessels.
É, Pedro, mas não é bem assim tão
I'd like to hear more about the council chambers.
The business
simples.
of the Council, which often has far-reaching effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower. The Council chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience the view in person. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
What if someone has business with the council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with the Council. This is usually arranged through their respective ambassadors. Even then, few are given access to the actual Council chambers. In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
I'm scheduled to have an audience with the council.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but that is outside the scope of my programming.
Beleza, Logoff.
Thank you for using Avina.
De nada, Avina. Agora sim, a gente vai lá falar com o conselho e vamos ver o que vai acontecer.
The council isn't going to ask me any questions, are they? I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina. No, we don't, sir.
Já acho que eu vou pegar uma coisa pra eu comer, porque eu tô com fome.
Saren's hiding something. Give
Aí
me
o
more
Garrus.
time. Stall them.
Brabo.
Stall the council. Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you. You don't want to keep the council waiting.
Esse é brabo, cara. Ele é um personagem muito massa. O Garrus. Aqui, se eu não me engano, tem bastante coisa pra fazer. Só que eu não sei se eu vou já... Deixa eu ver. Aqui acho que não dá pra entrar, não. Não. Saúde! Eita! Desculpa, pessoal. Eu fui apertar o botão aqui errado, mano. Pra correr.
Commander?
Tá, vai cagar então. Não quer falar comigo? Não fala. Não. Massari. Ô, pessoal, vocês vão querer que eu fique com a... Qual é que é o nome dela? Com aquela que é uma itezinha que não pode sair fora da armadura dela. Kali. Não, não é. Não lembro o nome dela. Tali. É com ela? É, não dá, eu tô ligado. Mas eu vou tratar ela muito bem desde o...
is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your
Eles têm uma história.
Shepard, the one who let the beacon get destroyed.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Ei, Preto Felipe.
To add, Commander Shepard.
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
Oh.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
Eu pensei que era agora que eu virava Sprecto. O Sprecto.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Tell me about this history between you
Pergunta sobre a história dele do
I
Saren.
worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
E agora?
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
É, agora a gente vai pedir ajuda pro Garrus. A história do... Esqueci o nome dele. Com o Spectre lá é antiga. Ele vai falar depois. A gente vai ter mais informações. Vamos falar com o Garrus.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it.
O Anderson.
They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The Ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Beleza.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
Ixi, não, se tiver que pagar, eu já não quero.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Samurai, não. Tá. Eu vou falar que ele é monstro.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars. It causes them.
I know how the world works.
Ele matou monte de inocente.
Sometimes you're forced to
Sem
make
dó.
unpleasant decisions.
Na missão.
But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The Ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to,
Genaro,
they'd love to
pra
have us
Dubai
on the Council,
agora.
but it wouldn't be much of a deal for us.
Já.
I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests too.
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleets or political allies to defy them. Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence those rulings, protect our own interests. No more jumping through hoops whenever we want something. Take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
Pergunta sobre o Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since.
Ish.
Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run
Às
out.
vezes.
We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
Cara, é interessante como um jogo pra essa época tinha tanta dublagem, né, velho?
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You
Brabo.
can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own.
Rapaz, os
They
Spectres...
tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
Os Spectres são brabos, hein, véi?
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
Porra, mano!
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Barlavon.
Tell me about Barlavon.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius, doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, Spectres. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
Esse Barlavon é o cara que é o contador. É o Renar ali, Renar, ó, o Barlavon. É o contador intergaláctico. Sabe os esquemas para mover o dinheiro sem pagar imposto.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics. Doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Beleza.
I should go.
Goodbye.
I'll be over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
O jeito que os caras saem e tal. Ó, Paragon mais 12. Rapaz, eu tô muito Paragão. Eu tô muito Paragão. Agora tem uma quest aqui já, eu acho. Nossa, o Shepardo já tá cansado de novo. Eu tô incomodado com essa canseira desse Shepardo, véi. É inacreditável. Eu estou bem, Pedro Felipe. E você, cara? Você está bem? Você tá sumido, bicho. O que esse cara tá fazendo aqui?
What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind.
Oh, peraí.
Yes, is there something you want?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the keep.
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
Ih, tá escondendo coisa, hein? Ele tava mexendo nos Keepers e não pode, é crime.
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No.
Aragão.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Por que as mentiras?
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
I could help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm Commander Shepard, with the Alliance.
Vou ajudar ele.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
Por que ele tá fazendo isso?
What are you doing with the data?
Escaneando os Keepers.
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
I should get going then.
Espero que não dê ruim isso aqui, viu?
Myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
Agora eu tenho que ver todos os keepers já dessa área pra não ficar rodando.
Commander.
Commander. Ó, mais um keeper aqui. E dá XP e dá dinheiro, rapaz. Vamos ver se tem keeper aqui em cima. Eu acho que aqui não tem não, né? Mas eu tenho que ver certinho. Meu Deus, velho. Será que tem, pessoal, um mod pra fazer o Shepard correr na velocidade da luz? Quais as suas novidades vida aí? Pedro, tamo aí, cara. Hoje jogando um jogo RPGzão raiz. E amanhã jogar um Metro. Amanhã é Metro, pessoal. Vamos revezar um pouquinho pra não cansar muito desse aqui. Metro Exodus. Amanhã é dia de assistir filminho com a família. E vida que segue, né, velho? Se protegendo do coronga. É isso aí. E você, o que conta de novidades para nós? Aqui eu acho que tem um keeper também. Não, aqui não tem. Agora eu vou ver tudo desse lado aqui primeiro. Ó, tem um keeper lá na frente. Não dá pra conversar com esse cara.
Don't be ridiculous. The Volus won't be joining the council for years.
I'm not so sure. The humans are making a strong push, and you can bet the Volus will be right on their coattails if they succeed.
Allowing the humans to join us is a sound strategic move. But the Volus? No. The Hanar are likely to be next, then the Alcor.
You may be right, though the Hanar need to lighten up a bit first.
You just don't like them because you have trouble understanding them.
Vai cagar vocês dois. Olha lá, mais um keeper. Aqui acho que não tem. Não, não tem. Não dá pra falar com esse povo. Cara, eu lembro que tinha uma quest aqui, mano, que eu falava com alguém sentado no banco. Não é aquele cara ali, não. Vamos ver. Esse keeper eu já vi ele. Não, não é esse aqui, não. Acho que talvez é depois que eu virar o Spectre. É você, cara? Não, não é. Aqui eu já vi, não tem nenhum daquele bichinho doido. Aqui também não. Vamos embora, então. Agora começa a quest pra gente descobrir alguma coisa que possa incriminar o Saren. Fala, Hernani Reis, corrida marota. É. É, né, Tech? Verdade, cara. Não, 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 Shepardo, caramba. Ó, Keeper. Feito upload aqui. Oi, moça, tudo bem? Tá com dor de barriga, fia? Tá tudo bem? Não, tá de boa. Agora eu vou lá pro outro lado, já fazer a limpa nos diálogos. Ó, mais um Keeper ali. Olá, tudo bem? Olá, não. Ah, aqui, ó, treta. Ixi, agora. Pera aí. Eu vou salvar primeiro. Já vou fazer um novo save aqui já. Tá tendo treta.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
You should be more tolerant. It's just trying to express its beliefs.
I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
Ó, tem uma permissão evangelical. Acho que é isso, evangélica.
So if the Hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of the license.
E aí, The Business Gamer BR, beleza, mano? Seja bem-vindo aí, Extra Vitian, tranquilo.
What's the purpose behind the evangelical permits?
Forcing religious evangelicals to register for a permit weeds out undesirables. It keeps the area safe. The Citadel is too important to become a battleground for a religious war.
É, faz sentido.
If you'd like, I could talk to the Hanar for you.
I have argued with the stubborn jelly all afternoon. You are certainly welcome to try.
Vamos salvar de novo, porque daí qualquer coisa eu volto, ó. Mais um savezinho aqui. Segundo slot já em poucos segundos. Eita, não era isso. Esse shift ainda vai me matar.
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance? Is this really how you want to represent the Enkindlers? The truth of the Enkindlers must be made known. They gave the Hanar language, and gave the universe the mass relays. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
Ó. Eu consigo escolher essa opção aqui. Então, goodbye.
This one will continue to spread its message.
Depois eu volto aqui, porque depois que eu acho que depois que eu virar Spectre, eu vou conseguir aumentar o minha capacidade de charme. Consegui aumentar meu charme. Aqui eu desço, não quero descer por enquanto. E aí eu vou conseguir convencer ele só no charme, velho. Comigo é assim. Só no charme. Eu tenho muita informação secreta, não posso falar agora. Claro que pode, Pedro. Pra gente aqui, velho, na live, a gente não conta pra ninguém. Pode confiar. Corre, Shepard. Meu Deus, mas você, cara. Vou descer por aqui pra ver o que tem aqui embaixo. E aí, pessoal, tudo bem? Aqui é o Shepard, o próximo Spectre da área. Respeito. CSEC Academy, não. Nossa, mano, eu vou tirar esse roll. Os caras abusam demais. Eu lembro que tinha uns bichos aqui, né? Se eu não me engano. Vamos ver o Anderson, se ele tem alguma informação pra nós.
Yes, Commander. Is there something you need?
Não.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Beleza. Falou, mano, é nóis. Uou. Aqui tem um bichinho, eu tô ligado, nessa sala. Olha lá. Muitos dinheiros, velho. Vou ficar rico logo no começo do jogo. Se eu não me engano, do outro lado também tem. Bora lá. E depois eu vou lá pro outro lado. Começar as explorations. A Cidadel é grande pra caramba, velho. Nossa. Só que daí depois, mano, nossa, vai dar pra explorar vários planetas. Aí fica da hora o bagulho. Mais um aqui. Acho que já eu upo de novo, mano. Só... Você sabe falar língua áfrica? Não, Pedro, você sabe? Ensina nós aí. Dá uma aula. Eu acho que aqui ele não vai falar nada novo, né? Vamos ver.
What can I do for you now?
É, não...
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Goodbye. Tem mais um bichinho aqui agora, ó. Eu acho que ele fica lá fora. É, fica lá fora. Opa, opa, opa. Você. Não quer conversar. Olha lá.
This place seems strange. I wish there were more humans.
Eita, carai. Agora... Pra eu ir lá pro outro lado... Bom, ali embaixo eu já desci. Vamos lá pro outro lado pela ponte. Olha os brabos lá, ó. Os... Como que é o nome dessa raça? Me lembrem. Fala, marinhos. Beleza, mano? Como você tá? Tranquilo? Opa. Não, não quero. Aqui, se eu não me engano, é o lugar que tem... Aquela embaixadora lá que eu preciso trocar ideia. Pra resolver o problema do grandão lá. A consort, aliás. Ah, Tech, tomara que não, viu?
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
What do you do here, Nalina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
What exactly do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities. Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match the needs of our clients to the skills of our acolytes.
Vocês estão ligados, né? Vocês entenderam aí.
My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
Nossa.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
What do you do here, Nalina?
Tá, que eu já falei.
Our job to ensure
Consort.
that they leave contented.
What is the consort? What does she do?
Boa noite, Fabiana Trindade.
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
Eita caramba! Os caras não sabem nem o que tá procurando até ela prover para eles. E aí eles sabem, ah, era isso mesmo.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
I think I'm done here.
Tá bom, então, obrigado.
Well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Nalina.
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with him.
Olha, mas eu sou muito importante.
Huh. It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
Where do I go?
Sure.
Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
Rapaz, mas o comandante Shepardo tá importante, rapaz. Olha, ele pulou uma fila de, sei lá, meses.
I see even the humans find the consort irresistible.
This is my first time. I can't believe I didn't come sooner.
Welcome. It is a pleasure to see you.
Rapaz, o que está acontecendo aqui, pessoal? Mas o que está acontecendo? Deixa eu salvar de novo. Salvar num negócio diferente também.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
Show. Parabéns. Vai lá, vamos falar com a mina. Porra, vai todo mundo junto comigo? Fica aí, pessoal. Deixa eu falar com ela sozinha aqui. Primeiro vamos ver se tem como roubar alguma coisa. Não tem, de boa. Agora vamos falar com ela. Eita! Quem é você?
What exactly do you do?
O que você faz, né?
I offer advice to some, comfort to others. I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
Me diga.
Maybe I can help.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Korra's den, drinking and spreading lies about me.
Eita.
If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
Um cara tá falando umas coisas erradas dela aí, porque ele não conseguiu o que ele queria. E ela quer que eu vou resolver esse problema. Conversar com ele de soldado pra soldado. Perguntar o que aconteceu de errado.
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
Ó, ela respeita a privacidade dele, mas se ele quiser falar, é problema dele. Então, ok.
What exactly do you want me to tell him?
Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful.
Ok. Ela...
ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me.
Tá.
Please, Commander.
Tá, tchau. Ela falou que eu tenho que ir lá falar com esse cara e apelar pro senso de honra dele. Que talvez dê certo. E se eu conseguir resolver o problema dela, ela vai ficar muito feliz comigo, muito grata. E aí ela vai resolver uns problemas meus também, talvez, sei lá. Vamos ver, né? Vamos ver, né, pessoal? A gente tenta agradar aí o povo, todo mundo que tem ali em cima. Dá pra ir lá? Não, mas não quero ir lá não, quero ir aqui por baixo primeiro. Vai assistir a série Arrow? O Pedro sempre fala pra eu assistir Arrow. Vamos ver, velho, vamos ver, Pedro. Eu não sei, cara. Hoje eu assisti 3 capítulos de Castlevania, rapaz. O negócio, o plot chickens. Ah, você só fala merda. Opa.
Several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the council.
Ah, é sobre a rebelião dos Krogans. Vamos perguntar sobre a rebelião dos Krogans, que isso aqui eu não lembro.
Tell me more about the Krogan Rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan Rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
Tá.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni, then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's gonna stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters.
Nada a ver, João. Você ficou traumatizado, hein, bicho? Porra, isso te afetou tanto assim, cara? Memorial Statue.
Why did the council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be
Nessa ele tá de boa.
The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
Serves them right now. Vou falar isso não. Perguntado pro Rachni War. Já apareceu ele. E ele tá de boa. Não tá, tá traumatizado não.
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni.
Rachni.
A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries.
Nossa.
The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
Nossa senhora, velho. Rachni é uma raça de insetos inteligente e bem agressiva. E quando descobriram o Mass Relay pra galáxia dos Rachni, eles começaram a invadir todos os outros lugares que tinham população da cidadela aqui, das outras raças. Só que daí os Krogans ajudaram, porque os Krogans tinham um número, fortes e conseguiam sobreviver aos ambientes hostis que os insetos viviam. Só que daí, velho, não contente de ter simplesmente parado o ataque e feito o inimigo fugir, eles foram atrás dos Rachni e extinguiram a raça deles. Quer dizer, não sei, né, se extinguiu mesmo. Isso aí a gente vai ver depois. Eu vou falar, foi um pouco extremo isso, né?
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature
Ela não pode
goes
julgar
beyond
isso.
my programming.
Foi um pouco extremo, sim. Bom, é isso mesmo que eu queria saber. Obrigado.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
De nada, Avina. Mais um bichinho. Aqui acho que eu ia sair, né? Se eu subisse. Tem mais um bichinho aqui? Eu ia sair ali, eu vim de lá, tá? Então beleza. Pelo menos já sei onde dá aqui em cima. Aqui em cima dá lá pro outro lado e aqui vai lá pra baixo. Eu sei que agora eu já vou chegar num vendedor, se eu não me engano, que vai precisar de ajuda também. Ah lá, esse vendedor aqui, ó. Essa raça eles falam através do pensamento. Eu acho que é pensamento, sei lá, a gente vai falar com eles agora e vai descobrir. Olá.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here.
Fala,
in my
Razor
decadent
Gamer Espartano.
emporium.
God Eater 3, show.
Who are you?
Quem é você?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Vamos perguntar dos goods que ele tem, das mercadorias.
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
Eu vou assistir, Pedro, um dia. Você sobreviveu ao Resident Evil Village? Eu sabia, Pedro. Pra você é fichinha aquilo lá. Vou perguntar sobre a fala dele.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
Tá.
Who are you?
This one's fake.
Já falou isso. Vamos ver o que ele vende.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be...
Ah, não. Nada. Buyback, não tem nada. Sell. Não vou vender nada por enquanto, isso aqui eu vejo depois. Ah, não vou gastar dinheiro agora, né, velho? Fala sério. Ó, tem uma questzinha aqui, pelo jeito. Vamos ver. Olá, e aí, pessoal, beleza? Aqui.
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepard.
O cara já sabe.
Tale of how you
Ah, é o Bar Lavon, aqui.
Is truly remarkable. I am amazed each time I hear it.
Nós já nos encontramos?
You've got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Bar Lavon. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
I've heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepard. But you're right. I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. And I do know something about Saren.
I hear your information can be expensive.
Normally, this information would cost a small fortune. But these are exceptional circumstances. So I am going to give it to you for free.
Nossa, ele vai...
What's the catch?
There is no catch. The Shadow Broker is quite upset with Saren right now. They used to do a lot of business until Saren turned on him.
Rapaz, normalmente essa informação custaria uma fortuna. Só que ele vai dar essa informação de graça pra mim. Daí a menina perguntou, mas qual que é a pegadinha aí? Ele falou, não tem pegadinha. O Shadow Broker tá meio puto com o Saren. Porque o Saren, eles faziam muitos negócios, mas o Saren traiu ele.
That's what happens when you deal with a traitor like Saren.
No matter what you think of Saren, he's not stupid. He knows the Shadow Broker is a valuable ally. Turning on him doesn't make sense. Not unless something huge was at stake. I don't know the details, but the Shadow Broker hired a freelancer to deal with it. A Krogan mercenary.
Ah, ó. O Shadow Broker contratou um Krogan, um mercenário Krogan, para lidar com o Saren. Algo mais?
That's not much to go on.
I just told you that the most famous Spectre in the galaxy betrayed the Shadow Broker. Quite a bargain, considering the price. Speak with the Krogan if you want to learn more. I heard he was paying a visit to Citadel Security. If you hurry, you might catch him before he leaves the Academy.
Isn't it strange that a Krogan would want to speak with C-Sec?
Very. However, I doubt the visit was entirely his choice. You'll need to speak with him if you want to know more.
Tell me more about your
Perguntar
job.
pouco sobre ele.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. Discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
Sounds pretty shady.
Everything I do falls completely within the bounds of interstellar commerce law. Even so, many of my clients would prefer their transactions remain
Foi bem, Pedro
undisclosed.
Felipe. Muito bem.
For example, suppose a Hanar ambassador was petitioning the Council to reduce tariffs on Hanar goods. How would it look if he had money invested in a Hanar exporting company? Even if his true motives were to help his people, he would be accused of advancing the petition for his own personal gain. I can keep his personal finances private.
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we can only hope he will never be cursed with a large enough fortune to require my services.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
Most people think I deal in finances.
Tem bastante,
But my
Marinho.
real
Esse aqui tem
currency is
bastante mesmo.
knowledge. I trade information, And it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells secrets that could topple governments, always giving them to the highest bidder. Yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
Any guess what his identity might be?
I don't know. Nobody does.
Quem será que é esse Shadow Broker?
Any race, any gender. I have a theory that it's actually an entire group working under one identity.
Eu acho que é grupo também.
So many contacts at the same time. How else could they keep all that information from getting crossed? But they've got the perfect setup. Every government is forced to play their game so they don't get behind. But no matter how long you play, no matter how many secrets you buy, you can never win.
É, você é agente dele.
I thought you'd know more about the man you work for.
From time to time, I come across information I sell to the Shadow Broker. That's my only involvement. I like it that way. The more you know, the more dangerous the game becomes. I don't like danger, Commander. I'll leave that to you.
What's it like
sobre a
living here on the
Citadel.
Citadel?
The station is without a doubt the greatest wonder in the galaxy. It is a technological marvel, but its true splendor goes much deeper than the hull and engines. From the Presidium to the wards, the entire station is a testament to the success of the Council. All the species of Citadel spaced together in a single, strong community.
What makes the Presidium so special?
It is the political center of Citadel space. 80% of all intelligent species in the known galaxy acknowledge the Council's authority on interstellar matters. But only the most powerful and influential species have embassies here on the Presidium. This level of the station is reserved for the elite, Shepard. People like us.
What are the wards like?
The cultural heart of the galaxy. They pulse with the lifeblood of millions of citizens from dozens of different species. You never know
Essa
what
parte seria
you'll
legal
find out
explorar.
in the wards, Commander. It's always full of surprises. Fortunately, most of them are pleasant.
Ainda bem, né?
I
Beleza.
should go.
Bom, agora eu tenho uma informação já e eu tenho que... Falou. Eu tenho que encontrar esse Krogan. Bom, antes da gente continuar, deixa eu encerrar essa gravação para continuar uma próxima, daí vai ser o último capítulo de hoje.